All right, there she is.
Hi, everybody.
All right, Erica. Glad to have you back again. How are you tonight, first of all? And thanks for taking your time out of your busy schedule to jump on here with us.
I am awesome. And I don't know if you know this, Kevin, but we have our anniversary.
What?
This month, 20 years ago, we met.
Wow.
20 years. Do you feel old?
I do feel old. As a matter of fact, it was funny because I had to make a doctor's appointment today, and they're like, "Hey, February 9th, that's when we're going to get you in." I'm like, "Great, I get to spend my birthday at doctor's."
That is your birthday.
So that made me feel old, and that just made it worse. So
yeah,
thanks.
Real quick, Kevin, they're saying the new poll only has the first band, so you may want to check that real quick while we're talking.
Looking at it. I see it. I see both of them.
Okay. All right, cool. I want to say
if all else fails, put it in the comments which band you're voting for, video number 1 or video number 2. If the poll's not working, just put it in the comment, number 1 or number 2.
That's right. That's right. Erica, I remember this has been a while back. Kevin calls me up. He's like, "Hey man, I got an idea." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" And he said, "I'm thinking we should do a show on the radio app, and I think it should be called Ladies Night. And here's what I'm thinking." I'm like, "All right, go ahead." He's like, "All female fronted bands for the whole entire of the show. And I think I know who the host should be." And I'm like, "I'm listening." He says, "Erica Fox." And I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Kevin, that was a damn good idea. And I'm pissed off that I didn't come up with it."
I'm flattered that you remembered me because it was crazy back in the day when I knew you.
Yes, that was a lifetime ago.
Yes, and there are many stories that I hope stay bottled up in some closet somewhere.
All the stories will, but I will show you this. Do you remember this?
I do.
I used to wear this.
I was actually looking. Wow.
And I've got a fox head for you.
Right.
Wow.
Nice. Well, tell the people that are new to the show, Kevin. That are watching the show but are new to y'all. Like, how do you tell that backstory real quick?
Of how Erica and I met?
Yes.
So she had just moved down from Tennessee, and I was walking out of the studio and walking out to the front lobby of the radio station, and she was sitting there. And she was in to interview, I guess, with Wayne.
Yep.
So she was interviewing with Wayne, and we just sat there and talked for a few minutes, and she ended up working for the radio station. So she was on Classic Rock 105.9 at the same time I was. And then we worked promotions together, radio remotes, and we just became best friends. And we still haven't killed each other.
That's it.
Most people can't say that about me. They've attempted to at least once or twice.
I mean, how many relationships have you had that were 20 years, Kevin?
I can't name you. Maybe Kyle Curley.
Yes, Kyle.
My brother. Just a few. But you're close enough to be family anyway. So
thank you. I feel like family. You know, once you're in the radio family, you're bonded forever. So,
and if you didn't see this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, Erica, but that comment was in there. Happy friendship anniversary. And that's from my daughter.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just want to squeeze that face.
So
I love her. All 3 girls, the best girls. I know you know that, Jared. The best girls.
Yeah.
And then she ended up moving back to Nashville. Mm-hmm. And then opened up a restaurant with her husband and the chef and I. Sure. And what was cool about that whole thing is the last time I just came back from vacation at Gatlinburg this last week. And while I was up there, in my memories that popped up on Facebook was the last time I was in Gatlinburg, I drove to Nashville. And surprised her for the grand opening of the restaurant.
Yeah, we were opening our most recent location, and he was like, you called and you were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm trying to open my restaurant. What do you need?" You're like, "Open the door."
I was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And she had no idea I was parked across the street. So cool stuff. And then it was just an obvious. I mean, honestly, we were Michelle and I were driving down the road, and I love a female fronted band. Like one of my favorite bands is Hailstorm.
Me too. I love Hailstorm.
And then I was like, man, that'd be so cool. And I was like, but it can't be hosted by me. It's got to be hosted by somebody that is a powerful female herself. And I was like, Erica's the one. So
thanks, man. Back in the day, I had a band, Kevin might remember, and we were a cover band, but you know, right now, female empowerment and rock is a cool thing. And a lot of women have reached out to me about this show. It's pretty awesome what's happening. So
that's good stuff. And the band she was a part of, I named. It was a cover band here on the coast.
Take the credit. Oh,
the Fox and the Hounds.
The Fox and the Hounds. I was the only girl, and the Hounds were very talented. I was lucky to be with them. Our drummer was the drummer for Thompson Blue in the Air Force. I mean, awesome. But yeah,
they played a lot of the local area at the time. I'm trying to remember what was that Irish Coast.
Our first gig was outside at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. I'm like, I'm going hard. Kevin set that up, I'm sure.
So
yeah, you know what, Kevin, you were instrumental in empowering me then. And what's really cool about all this is I am now able to empower women in rock and say, yeah, I know, we have gotten a lot of attention, but not as much as we should, especially now with new rock. So women in new rock, oh my gosh, it's just crazy the amount of talent. Everybody from, the New Year's Day, Red Hook, the Two, Scarlet. I mean, everybody that I've been playing, the Metal Birds you guys have on the show, Scarlet Riot.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on. I love all these bands. Can I talk about the 11 minutes real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm getting ready to start a Zoomcast called 11 Minutes with Erica Fox. I am talking to a few bands right now, some bands that Kevin checked out, the website Gal checked out too. And we're just going to have an 11-minute conversation because you got to turn it up to 11, right? So, we're going to just kind of showcase women, female-fronted rock bands, and do a little Zoomcast and just kind of anybody, of course, that is interested. I would love to hear from you, and I think we could just let them send it to thesound228@gmail.com, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm excited. It's about to be. We're about to have a lot of people that really want to do more and talk about what they are doing in their projects. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. And I got to give again Kevin the credit for thinking about that. And I think you're the perfect person for this because Kevin's a little more mainstream rock, and I lean a little bit harder to the other side. And then we've even got some people working with us now that leave even heavier than that. And then when he said this about and we were already listening to like the Dev and bands like that on the radio station. And he was like, we got to put them on a special spot. And I'm like, damn, that just busts into a whole new market. And what we want to do is promote all of this stuff because we are a lover of all music. So I'm like, man, this is a great idea. And like I said, you're the perfect person for it. So I'm glad people are responding in the way that we had hoped.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be part of this. Kevin and I always said we figure out a way to work together on our own terms. This is the best station. Oh my gosh, I just am so excited for you guys because you're able to actually, do what you want to do and showcase who you want to showcase and give people a chance to be heard. And the women that are on my show and the female-fronted rock bands, they're getting a chance to be heard. But that same theme resonates with every show on the Sound 228. Every single song there's a story behind it. This is probably my favorite part, which is why I'm excited to do the interviews, the stories.
That's right. We love it.
Yeah.
So you can hear the show Wednesday nights at 8:00.
Yep.
And what I'd really like to do is eventually get it to probably 2 hours. But
yeah, I mean, there's so much great music.
We got to gather all the music. The music is the most important thing, and I think we've even talked about it with Jared so like I have my show, he has his show, you have your show, but we're trying to keep it more music, so the talk breaks are fewer. so more music can get played and things like that. But I think that the female fronted version or the female fronted bands don't get near the respect that they deserve in the music industry, especially in the rock side of it.
I agree.
You get some of your, you go back and you can go back farther than her, but you start with like a Janis Joplin, you roll into like a Pat Benatar, you roll into a Joan Jett, a Lita Ford's, Heart.
We said at the same time.
All my favorites.
So you start rolling into that, and then when you look at it, and if you notice, I've gotten onto Facebook and joined all of these Queens of Metal and female all these groups, and just started digging in and finding all of. And one of the ones that just popped up that you played last night is a band called Two or The Two. And actually, and the story behind that, I'd love to get them on the show. The story behind how they were in a band together, and then things happened. Yeah, and now it's just the two of them doing music, and that's where the band name comes from, is Two. And then there's one we haven't even touched on yet and played yet, but we'll be playing some, is Dozat St. Marie, which was on our show when we did Frets for Pets.
Nice.
And Heather St. Marie, she was part of the band Hydro Vibe. Matt Dozat was Kelly Osbourne's guitarist. Nice. Now they're together. They've been opening up for Pat Benatar. They've been opening up for Rick Springfield.
Oh my gosh! Don't tell me that. We have to talk to them now.
They got some really good, powerful stuff that I can't wait to start playing. So it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on. But speaking of that, I don't want to cut things short. We have Ignite the Fire sitting in the back room. Well, they were in the back room.
Yeah, they fell out. I'm not sure what happened.
So we'll just keep going until they pop back in.
But
Ignite the Fire. Shoot them a message, Kevin. Can you shoot them a message? Let them know that we had them. Maybe they might have thought that we didn't know they were there.
Right.
No, they're back. Here we go. We got them. They're back. Erica, real quick, again, thank you for everything, for coming on.
She's going to hang out with us for a minute or two.
Yeah.
Oh, for the interview. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Well, I still want to say this though. Thank you for coming on board and working with two knuckleheads like Kevin and I. I'm super proud of what you're doing with the show. I really, really, really dig it. And also I'd even love to talk more about the restaurant stuff, but I know we don't have time right now because I think that's a killer story in and of itself.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me.
That's a whole other podcast.
That's right.
Yep, that's right. But I fit right in with you guys. I'm an old radio gal, and this is my happy space. So
right.
Yeah.
That's right.